President Joe Biden has announced a new executive order that will make environmental justice the central mission of every single federal agency. This groundbreaking move will help address the negative impacts of pollution on people's health, particularly those in disadvantaged communities. The new executive order will create a new Office of Environmental Justice inside the White House Council on Environmental Quality. Biden's Justice 40 initiative directs 40% of federal climate and clean funding from new legislation to disadvantaged communities, and 3 additional agencies, the Department of Commerce, the National Science Foundation, and NASA, will also join the initiative. The executive order directs agencies to work more closely with impacted communities and improve gaps in scientific data to better tackle the impacts of pollution on people's health. If toxic substances were released from a federal facility in the future, the order requires federal agencies to notify nearby communities. Many environmental justice groups have been frustrated with the administration's recent approval of a major Alaska oil project. Additionally, the Biden administration is planning to roll out aggressive new rules to regulate planet-warming pollution from natural gas power plants. President Biden's new executive order is a crucial step in addressing the existential threat of climate change and the impacts of pollution on disadvantaged communities. By making environmental justice a central mission of every federal agency, the administration is taking bold action to protect the health and well-being of all Americans. The Sudanese army has issued a statement saying diplomats and nationals from the UK, US, France, and China are to be evacuated from Sudan as the conflict continues. Army Chief Fattah al-Burhan has agreed to facilitate their evacuation, promising to secure them in the coming hours. Saudi Arabia confirmed it had evacuated over 150 people from Sudan on Saturday, including diplomats and international officials. The UK government said it was preparing for a number of contingencies, but fighting in the city center on Saturday made it unclear how evacuations from Khartoum's airport could take place. Spain is sending 6 planes to Djibouti to evacuate Spanish nationals and others. Foreign embassies have been unable to bring their citizens home due to the closure of Khartoum's international airport. The conflict has entered its 2nd week, with both the army and the RSF agreeing to a 3-day ceasefire to mark the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr, starting from Friday. However, fighting has continued. Diplomats and nationals from the UK, US, France, and China will be evacuated from Sudan due to ongoing conflict. Army Chief Fattah al-Burhan has agreed to facilitate their evacuation in the coming hours. Saudi Arabia has already evacuated 150 people from the country. Spain is also sending 6 planes to Djibouti to evacuate its nationals and others. Foreign embassies have been unable to bring their citizens home due to the closure of Khartoum's international airport. The conflict has entered its 2nd week, with both the army and the RSF agreeing to a 3-day ceasefire to mark the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr, starting from Friday. However, fighting has continued. Google's first foldable phone, the Pixel Fold, is set to be formally announced on May 10th at this year's Google I/O conference. Ahead of the event, leaker John Prosser has revealed some key specs for the device. According to Prosser's sources, the Pixel Fold will come in 2 storage configurations: 256 GB in either chalk or obsidian colors for around $1,800, or a 512 GB model that comes only in obsidian for about $1,920. The foldable will feature a 5/8-inch OLED outer display with a 17:9 aspect ratio and a 7/6-inch OLED inner display with a 6:5 aspect ratio. Both displays have a refresh rate of up to 120 Hz and are made with Full HD Plus and 2208 by 1840 pixels resolutions respectively. The device's camera block is similar to that on the last Google flagship phone, the Pixel 7 Pro, and features a 48-megapixel main camera with a f/1.7 aperture and an 82-degree field of view. Additionally, the Pixel Fold also has a 10.8-megapixel ultrawide with an f/2.2 aperture and a 121 1-degree field of view. The telephoto lens has 10 8 megapixels and can shoot with 5x optical zoom and a 20x super res zoom. The one drawback of the Pixel Fold may be its video capabilities, as it records only 4K footage at 30 frames per second, while the Pixel 7 Pro can record up to 60 fps. The Pixel Fold will feature a 5 megapixel front-facing camera on the outer display and an 8 megapixel front-facing camera on the inner display. The device will use Google's own Tensor 2 chipset and a Titan M2 security chip, as well as 12 GB of LPDDR5 RAM across all configurations. With all these details, tech enthusiasts are looking forward to the Pixel Fold's big reveal.